your evening.
A lot of comments going around for Jaina and myself as Bollywood stars, but I think Paul is the superstar for today evening. It's wonderful. And I must make a mention over here that Paul comes with a whole lot of energy, which always charges all of us up as volunteers as well. Paul is a superstar in many ways. I mean, just to make a small mention, even while he was head of Asia Pacific and now when he's head of the global CF Institute, and number of countries, 140 plus societies, so many members, so many staff. But if you write any email to Paul, or even if Paul is copied on some email relating to some matter, you will definitely get a response from Paul within 24 hours. That is I have personally experienced that. So wonderful. We greatly appreciate your support, encouragement, and the challenge that you have given all the members over here. Not challenge, but the task, if I may put it that way, which Paul has entrusted all of us as charter holders of doing much more, doing a lot that we currently are doing, but doing it better and enhancing the value for us in that whole process. With that now, I would like to invite one more superstar on stage, Mr. Sunil Singhania. Again, Sunil needs no introduction, but just for the formality's sake, Sunil is the CIO at Reliance Mutual Fund. He's in his volunteer capacity, Sunil has been associated as the founding president of the IAIP, and currently he has been elevated to the Global Board of Governors and at CF Institute, the first ever Indian to be in the BOG of CF Institute. Sunil is very modest, so he often stops me from making this type of comments, but I must make a mention over here. I mean, being an astute fund manager in our industry, being extremely busy with time and commitments, but he has always been a very strong pillar, very strong supporter for all of us at IIP and CF Institute. So I'd like to welcome Sunil, dear friend, astute fund manager and investor, and very strong supporter and board of governor member. Say a few words.
Thank you, Anil. Thank you, everyone, for joining us in this evening. And thank you, Paul, for the wonderful gift. We really appreciate. I think one thing I personally can tell about Paul is that he loves India. And I think it shows in his numerous visits, and he travels a lot. As also the fact that he's always listened to us and to the best of his ability ensured that the society grows to the level which we have come here. So I don't know what I'm going to talk about because all has been, a lot has been talked by Vidhu and Paul and also by BD and Sonia. I think I can just share some anecdotes. I did CFA, I got the charter long back, maybe early 2000 or 2001, I don't remember exactly. But there were hardly any charter holders. And I think it all started with a few friends suggesting that, this is a good designation and you should do it. And Paul, I did not do my CFA charter or did not get the CFA charter to go to the US. I wanted to stay in India. But I think in short, I can say that it added that extra bit of edge to the qualification which I earlier had, which was a CA. And it made me stand out. And I think that is something which we all should remember. So, obviously, there would be various reasons for us all to have taken up this grueling examination and got the charter. Obviously, we wanted to go to the US. Some of us would want a job and so on and so forth. But I think in this competitive world, it adds an edge as far as our, the qualification is concerned. But it is also a course which adds to our knowledge base in this globalized world. So, I'm not trying to hint that the other courses don't have that, but the effort which the CFA Institute puts in designing the curriculum, in trying to ensure that it is not only testing you for the sake of pass or fail, but also ensuring that every candidate who takes this course comes out as a much more informed and a much more sort of learned person in a global context. And some of the concepts which I learned at that point of time, which was pension accounting, lot of concepts leading to consolidation, even intangible accounting, which was absent at that point of time in India, and which is all now coming because we are adapting the global accounting standards. I think that helped a lot. It also gave me a lot of recognition, and since we're talking about two superstars there, I have to tell you this story. So the first advertising campaign of the CFA Institute in India was somewhere in 2003-04, and at that point of time there was no society, so I was the only one left to volunteer. And frankly, I'd never been even clicked, except during my wedding reception, and the album I have hid because I was so thin that time. Even now, but that time I was more thin. And this photographer called me, and Swapnil, I still remember his name, and he told me that he has been hired by CFA Institute to click my picture. I said, okay, my office was in Nariman Point. I said, you come over. So he said, no, it's not come over. I've done a recce, and I have selected a few locations, and we have to shoot on the locations. So I said, fine, I thought it might take 1 or 2 hours. We equity market guys don't like to move away from the screen, So I said, okay, after 3:30 we will meet. So he said, okay. So we went at around 4 o'clock to Gateway of India. And, he had all these gadgets and the whole truckload of equipment with lights and all. And after 1 hour, he says, no, the light is not enough. We'll have to do it some other day. I said, fine. So after a couple of days, he coerced me to, do it in the morning. And it took us almost 6-7 hours of shooting with all kinds of props. So he had one person feeding, chana, when you go to Gateway of India, you have those grams which are fed to the pigeons. And then one guy used to fly away the pigeons so that there are pigeons behind the picture. And all sort of. So I think it was a very amusing thing. And more amusing was the fact that after, a year or so, those advertisements started to come less in the Indian newspapers because it was a global campaign, and more in global newspapers and magazines. And that time, Economist and Financial Express and all were not as well read in India because one, they are still expensive, but that time it was, prohibitively expensive. And I went to meet my ultimate boss, Anil Ambani, one of the days, and he told me, wait. So he went to his cabin and he brought a folded paper. He says, look what I have got. So I said, pata nahi kya hai. So he had this photograph of, full-page photograph of mine with the CFA Institute advertisement. It was in Economist. He says, see, I saw this in the news, on the flight while coming back, I saw this. So I think the point I'm trying to highlight is that these kind of campaigns do add to the credibility, the visibility for the institute, and this visibility is going to help us all in some or the other way. I think I get a lot of requests from CFA charter holders, CFA pass outs, CFA candidates that, now I am a CFA or I'm going to be CFA, now you hire me. So I think, it's not a one-on-one correlation that you finish your CFA charter role and the next day you would be hired, but it definitely is going to add a lot of value. And one important thing is the networking opportunity which this forum presents. At least I have made a lot of good friends, Jayesh, Rohit, Anil, BD. I did not know them at all. And I think this informal friendship, as also a networking which can further your career, is the greatest opportunity which membership to the IIP, the membership to the CFA Institute can provide. And I think now we are fortunate that instead of $275, we have to pay $100. I don't think it could have been more reasonable than this. I think 6,000-7,000 rupees, I am very sure we can all, I would say invest, and since we are in the invest profession, and it would definitely add a lot of value. And I think the more the merrier. The events become much more exciting. The events are very good, but if members attend, then the pleasure is all the more. So at least when I go to events and I see members, it gives me the kick, rather than having events and having non-members participate and take the benefit of all the efforts which the CFA Institute and all our volunteers at IIP is doing. So thanks a lot for this event, and I am very sure, Paul, that we would cross the 5,000 number very, very soon. Thanks a lot.
I think it is one of the very rare occasions when either Sunil or Jayesh or any of the fund management colleagues in the industry make an investment recommendation in public forum in front of video camera and 200 people sitting in the room. So thank you, Sunil, for the wonderful investment tip. All of us, I think, over here and immediately after this event on all of our social media friends and connected people are certainly going to take benefit of this value investing or this $100 only investing and make the most of it to reach the 5,000 number. Moving ahead, I would like to now invite Jayesh to say a few words. Jayesh Gandhi is the Senior Portfolio Manager at Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund, industry veteran for many years in the asset management business. And he has also been associated with the IIP as a volunteer for many years and currently is the president of IIP. I would like to request Jayesh to say a few words, give a perspective about IIP activities going on and how we see the next couple of years going forward.
Good evening, friends. A lot has already been said, and I do realize that I am the stumbling block between the bar and this room here. But it's only going to be an hour, so bear with me. No, lots already been said, and so without being guilty of repetition, let's understand what we have here and the announcement that Paul's made. It tantamounts to a huge reduction. I was trying to do some calculations, and I'm trying to remember when was the last time that I paid only 10,000 rupees. $100 for the institute membership and $50 for the society. That's not coming down, and I'll explain to you why. But $150 is 10,000 rupees. And I was trying to figure when was the last time that I paid that. And it takes me way back 10 years. So what this announcement has done for the Indian CFA charter holders is taken the clock back 10 years. I know world is concerned about deflation, but man, I'm loving this. This is a deflation that we want. What actually it does, as Paul rightly mentioned, and Sunil also reiterated, is that it allows large number of investment professionals who are today outside our community because they cannot afford or they find ownership of the CFA charter very high, an opportunity for them to come and be part of our community. And now the role, the onus is on us, the Indian society, and of course the CFA Institute office here in Mumbai, to ensure that we communicate this development, this opportunity to as many people as possible and bring in more and more investment professionals into our community. The numbers of 3,000 and 5,000 members look very, very exciting. Collectively, all of us will become a very, very strong force. We'll have much more resources, much more say with the regulators, much more influence on the regulators, much more influence on the employers. And collectively, I'm pretty certain that we will have a much bigger impact on the investment community as well as on the society for the benefit of the investors. So I guess this is really a great development. As any stock picker will say, this is an amazing value for money. What this also does is also puts to rest some of the arguments that we keep on getting from our members who are not part of our for the CFA charter, that the CFA Institute is here to make money out of membership. What this initiative is really putting across is the idea or the objective of the institute and the society is not at all to make money, but to to create an investment community, to create a vibrant investment society here for the benefit of all the members. You've seen various initiatives, various programs, various events that the society and through its volunteers, which again I'm really proud of, that we volunteers work for the society while doing our day jobs, taking time out of our busy schedule without any concept of remuneration or being paid, but with a simple motivation of giving back to the society. We volunteers do that, and I'm really proud of it. What we want is more and more such events to happen, much more collective impact to happen. And for that to happen, what we need is a real large, stronger organization on the ground in India. And that can happen only when we collectively get together and become a large number, which becomes very important for the SAFE Institute, and collectively our own membership revenues being large enough to take care of wide variety of infrastructure and other needs that a large investment community or a large society would have. So these initiatives or this announcement really opened a huge door for all of us. And collectively, I'm pretty certain that all us volunteers will work hard towards achieving a long-term goal and long-term objectives of the society. I will leave by saying three things that you as a member, you as a volunteer can do for the society. First and foremost, participate. Like Sunil mentioned, it is absolutely amazing to see members participating in events. I, for sure, make it a point to attend every event which is physically possible for me to be when I'm in Bombay to attend. And I would urge you to do that and come and participate in the events. If you don't like an event, please give us a feedback. We now have a fair amount of resources in terms of 2 hires who collectively take opinions from members, from volunteers, okay? And our endeavor is to make things better. This is a collective forum for the members, for the benefit of members. And we have a mechanism now in place to take active feedback and make our programming, our continuing education efforts better and better. So participate. If you have the time, please come and volunteer. There are numerous opportunities. IIP is not only me or a few of us, it is all the board of directors, it is all the committee chairs, all the volunteers who work for IRC, including graders, including mentors, all the people who have worked in the advocacy team, all the members who have worked for the scholarship team, the collective set of 30, 40, or probably 50 volunteers actively working in IIP. That is what the core of IIP is. Can we not take this number 50 to 100 so that 5,000 members can benefit? That is the long-term objective, and hopefully we'll achieve that. And final word, what you can do is spread the word. As Paul mentioned, go to your individual organization, please talk to your friends, colleagues, motivate them to be part of the investment community. If they're not members, they have not taken membership, please encourage them to be part of our community. It is this collective effort of ours, this collective community of ours will really take us to the next level. And hopefully we'll achieve that in time less than what other societies have done in the world. Thank you very much.
So I think I would now like to request all of the leaders who just spoke to come back on stage, and we have a few question and answers which they would